Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Week 1, Wisconsin High School Esports Association varsity matchup for some Overwatch action. Today we have the J.I. Case Eagles facing off against Union Grove High School. Go ahead and get our logos here all lined up. Really happy to be back in action here. It's been a long summer, a lot of productive things happening. If you can't tell in the Discord channel, there are constantly things happening. So really excited to have week 1 finally underway, to be back doing this fun stuff every Wednesday for varsity and Thursday for JV. Don't know too much right now about the Union Grove Broncos here. They are one of about 15 new teams that joined into varsity Overwatch this semester. So be curious to see how they do. J.I. Case was a team that competed last spring with us as well. So they're back. I know they've been practicing quite a bit. So we'll see how much that they've improved here in the Division 1 competition. Go ahead and try to jump around here a little bit and get into some of the views. I'm going to go ahead and try to take on, I know HS Crimson is the team captain for JIK, so rocking the Sigma there, throwing down the shield, helping push off the red side of Union Grove to keep them off of this checkpoint. Sigma has got to be one of my favorite champions that they've released. I see a little backline poke here coming in from Union Grove, but Sigma's going to go ahead and drop them. Sigma's shield is just so much fun. The ultimate is a lot of fun as well for me there. As you see about 4 members here of Union Grove trying to push in, dropped 3 down there, so it's going to be a 3-on-5 until a couple of them come back. Still going to be a 3-on-5 here as another member goes and drops for Union Grove. Case is going to go ahead and put some pressure here. We see Junkrat up on the top just sniping along. Trying to get him down. It looks like trying to eye up to get that Doomfist down. We do see Junkrat's already got the tire coming on down here. Going to go ahead and back off. Most likely going to go ahead and see that tire dropping here real soon. Hammond's just doing the old gerbil thing. As we see Union Grove is trying to come down the left-hand side this time, all grouped up as a 6-man, which is the best way in order to make a push there. Trying to push back Case back into the checkpoint. Being pretty successful with that. Go ahead and switch on over here to see how Union Grove is kind of coordinating as a team. Doomfist coming around, trying to look for a flank there, trying to get a pick, looking to try to get down onto this Junkrat. Lay some good damage down there. Unfortunately, they lost one of their DPS in the Soldier 76. So they're going to be down to now again 4-on-6 here. See a few ultimates up though for Union Grove. Doomfist again coming into that backline, trying to do some flank here in order to kind of disrupt Case and get them out of position. We see Junkrat's just sitting up there. Here comes Doomfist, eyeing up him and dropping that rat. Union Grove has the advantage now. They have a 6-on-5 advantage. Going to be trying to push into that checkpoint, try to get some of it. This Doomfist is working out pretty well here. Really laying and connecting onto those shots into the back line there. Able to go ahead and get 1 and 2, and we see the Doomfist ultimate coming out. Going to go ahead and push him down. They have the advantage here into the pit. Doomfist just really just laying it down here in order to keep Union Grove now onto the checkpoint. As they're capturing it, they're going to not let J.I. Case go ahead and sweep this first map here. As you can see, it's 99 to about 10 here, so we'll see how long Union Grove can hold this point down and see if they can go ahead and push it just for a little bit longer. Again, we see Doomfist just kind of sitting here waiting, trying to get somebody, and here he comes. Going to go ahead and try to get into the back line there, send Sigma up, just making him super vulnerable. The Moira ultimate coming out here for J.I. Case. Oh, the Doomfist is just wreaking havoc on this back line. Really impressed here with how well this Doomfist is playing. I wonder how Case is going to go ahead and try to answer. Shout out to Juana Keegan there for the host. Appreciate you. Again, it looks like Union Grove has found their stride here for a while there. It looked like Case was just going to go ahead and roll this, but this Doomfist pick that's come out for Union Grove has been super impactful. As they see now that they switched over, trying to just really flank around the backside, and Doomfist preoccupied with trying to get him down, but his team and the rest of the pit here getting pretty low. And while Doomfist is pushing them off into the back line here, his team is just getting shredded into this pit. And we might see that Case. 4 people on the objective. We're going to be pushing it into overtime, and I don't think that Union Grove is going to be able to get anybody to touch the point there and send it a little bit deeper. So that's going to go ahead and be the first map going over to Case. That's quick switch there for Case in order to really draw the Doomfist, draw the focus away and get him off of the objective was extremely impactful. All right, we're going to go ahead and see Case pushing out here. This map is, in my opinion, one of my least favorite ones because I'm always the one that's getting pushed off into the drink when trying to flank around the side here. Go ahead and see the Orisa there. Going to be dropping down some of the shield, trying to push Union Grove back here. Let's go ahead and jump around. We see that the Junkrat is already down here for Union Grove. Lucio trying to keep his team nice and healed up here. Go here into the battle of the Orisas, the shield against shield here. It's a pretty far forward shield there, but that was a nice pull there in order to get the enemy Orisa out. And it looks like that Lucio's going to go ahead and get poked pretty low here. Orisa just holding off the entire team of Case here. And a nice little stalemate. Nice pull by the Case Orisa there. Waiting for that cooldown. There's another shield. Take another view from the opposite Orisa here and see how we're matching up here. Both teams just trying to find a weakness. I see somebody fell into the pit there, and I know exactly how that feels. We're going to see a bit of a flank here and into the pit there, into the group. Drop some down, trying to get in there. But unfortunately, the Case Orisa fell, and so now they're going to have to retreat back and try to regroup as a team and start pushing forward. Going to go ahead, and they have a Reinhardt now out in front. A little bit better for that kind of mobile shield there. The only downside to Orisa is that you're very stationary. You're pretty much just kind of stuck in that one point. The Moira coming and just sucking enough damage out and getting the kill. So Union Grove is doing a pretty good job here of keeping Case just really locked up into their spawn. Doing a fantastic job of communicating as a team, just staying close together. Coordinating things out. The Orisa moving forward here. She's a little low. See this Genji coming out. Might see the old Dragon Blade coming out here in just a minute. Has the high ground here. Case is just really backed up here. Union Grove is slowly getting that checkpoint to their advantage here, sitting at about halfway. It looks like Case is going to go ahead and try to come down the left-hand side this time. Try to shift it up here or switch it up, and we're going to see the Dragon Blade coming out. Not going to see too much where it's going here. But we do see Genji is now in the back line, trying to deal some damage and get through to that back line, but he's going to go ahead and meet May, and May is just going to go ahead and take him down. The Union Grove Orisa is on fire here, just shredding him down. Going to go ahead and just keep pushing forward. I really like how aggressive that this Orisa is playing. They know that Case has to regroup, so they're like, let's go ahead and push them and make them work and push us back to the checkpoint that's safe. Again, another nice pull there by Arisha, able to get some damage down. Moira doing a good job there, keeping her team alive, dropping the heals everywhere. We do see that it looks like a Diva has come out now on the side of Case. Maybe looking to try to just team up that ultimate, but I don't think that they're going to have enough time in order to get into the pit here. It's a 5-to-1 contested right now, and I just don't think that Case has the people alive in order to get onto the point, and that's going to be one going over to Union Grove. Tying this up 1-to-1. All right, as we go ahead and head off here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
Go ahead and watch a little bit here of the frontline tank from Case. They're running together. This is another one that, you know, not a big fan of because of the water. You know, I'm often the guy in the drink. See this Orisa dropping that Sigma. Going to go ahead and really push Union Grove out of there. With Sigma down, they're down 1 shield. It does look like both teams are electing to go ahead and run the 2-shield meta that is so popular right now, with especially with the Sigma and Orisa. If you're trying to bunker down, I don't think there's a better duo in order to sit behind here. Especially when you're in a small room like they are. Go ahead and try to jump around here in order to get some different perspectives. Case is holding this down. They did just lose their Orisa, so they're going to be down a shield. But Genji sitting up top here, just throwing down some of those stars. Able to go ahead and drop the enemy tank as well. So now both teams are down, but before Genji can climb, May's going to go ahead and freeze him. We got Sigma in the room. It's a 2v5 here. It looks like Case is probably going to go ahead and lose the point here. May is going to go ahead and freeze him out. And it looks like Case just needs to reset here. They were able to go ahead and get the point down there for a while. So they got a decent lead there. But now they just really need to regroup it. They keep getting caught out here, and it's... especially when you lose one of those tanks and that big shield that Orisa has, it's going to be hard to really... to siege when you're in that kind of situation. Go ahead and pop on over to check on some Union Grove perspective here. Ooh, gonna go ahead and cover that window up there. Again, we just see them nice and bunkered down here in the room. Heels staying in the back line. Doesn't look like Case is really trying to come around as far as a flank move here. Ooh, but getting a couple critical strikes here from Union Grove in order to drop off some of that DPS backline on the side of Case. Just going to go ahead and keep dropping some heals there. You do see that the sleep is available. May's going to go ahead and go up top and try to deal with that Genji. Sigma and Orisa are pushing forward. And then you throw in the Mei wall in there too. So you can really kind of choke down the enemy team as from what directions that they're coming from with this kind of composition. See about 25 ticks to go here, and Case comes around the corner there in full force, but it looks like Union Grove was just ready for him and was able to go ahead and just deal with that onslaught like it was nothing. Just shoot him away from the point. And they're sitting at about 10 ticks away from go ahead and taking the advantage on Case. See if Case, it doesn't look like Case is going to go ahead and have it, but we're going to go ahead and give it their all here. Going to go ahead and jump in with everything they got, but I don't think that that's going to be enough in order to contest the point. The Sigma ultimate coming down, but unfortunately there's not going to be enough damage in that last second in order to go ahead and push enough of Union Grove off of the objective. So that's going to go ahead and be another map going on over to the Broncos. Go ahead and see who gets the play of the game here, which is going to go over to Plappy. Must have missed. Oh, this is right at the very end, that last assault there, and there comes that beautiful Reaper ultimate. And so that's exactly how Case got shooed away from that team. Did look like somebody went down in the drink, though. It's okay. Hydrate before you dehydrate.
It seems we have a consensus.
Really enjoy seeing the sportsmanship coming out from our gamers here in chat too. Everybody's being extremely respectful. You know, after all, is it all fun and games? It is. So thank you for showing and being a proper role model here for week 1. So in between maps here, schools are allowed to transfer out players, so that's a great time. In order to take a quick little peek around the league here, if we head on out to wihsca.org, you can actually get the full schedule here of Overwatch. So if we check out the fall 2019 schedule here, we have quite a bit. We have 3 different divisions now this semester for Overwatch Varsity, which is fantastic. We do have about 27 teams now. We started with 30, but unfortunately we lost a team in each division here. So we're down to 9 in each division, but if anything, that makes it better, especially for an 8-week season. So that means that you play everybody in your division. I am taking requests. So if you want your match streamed, to go ahead and go along with whichever week that you want. Right now, we do have, I believe it's week 3 is spoken for Overwatch. Let me just double check here. It actually might not be. So I do believe that we're open all semester here. So if your school wants to be featured on stream, just shoot me an email or message me on Twitch. I'll be happy to pull your game up. Or if your school has a JV game that you want streamed as well, please just reach out to me and I will. We can make it happen. So yesterday we did have a Smash Bros. Week 1 going on here. So to take a look here, we do have some standings already in for our 2 divisions or 3 divisions here for Smash. Take a quick look here. For Division 1 here, we see that Bayport, Horlick, Racine Park, and Racine Horlick all got a perfect 5-0 win starting with week 1. Racine Park and Horlick were both present last year at the state championship, and Bayport actually won the state championship last year. So we'll go ahead and see if Bayport's able to repeat this year. We did go to a little bit of a different format for Smash Bros. We have 3 one-on-one matches and then 2 duos. Try to add up a little bit of variation and add a bit of a team aspect to it. So far, it sounds like it's going pretty good. I know that some schools are struggling with the duos because you need 2 switches. I know we have some issues sometimes with the switches not wanting to connect to the network. You know, it just happens. Week 1 is always kind of messy. But, you know, sometimes we're able to make it work and sometimes it works out to our advantage. Other times it doesn't. But, you know, it's just one of those cool things. It's a learning experience, right? Like you never know what's going to happen sometimes. So in Division 2, we did have we didn't have any perfect conditions coming out. We do have some schools that are coordinating. I know, I believe it's Burlington, Elkhorn, and Union Grove are all super close to each other. So they're actually going to try to do their matches in person as a tri-tournament, which I think will be super cool. And then in our Division 3, we did have 2 other teams go perfect in their first week. Edgewood and Random Lake both went undefeated in their first week of Smash Bros. So congratulations to those schools that went undefeated in week 1. Hopefully you can hold on for the rest of the season. It's a long stretch though, so we'll go ahead and see what happens. Looks like we got a couple of matches reported already for Overwatch. It might be because of a forfeit, but Appleton 4-0'd Cedarburg. So have to get a scoop to see what happened there. Other than that, it looks like our players are getting extremely close to being able to go onto the next map. So we'll have to wait to see how they're doing. Juana Keegan, we don't have a graphic of the standings to score on screen. I am constantly working to try to improve what we're doing here. And that's definitely something that I would like to do in the near future. But, you know, it's just one more thing for me to try to do. So I am working on it. I'm trying to help some other schools. I made a YouTube video last night just to help schools who are interested in streaming just be able to do a little bit quicker of a stream. It's not going to be professional. It's not going to be some Overwatch League level stream, but you know, at the very least, it allows them to gain some exposure, allows people to go ahead and see what they're doing as a school and really try to boast up their program. So it looks like we're about to go ahead and get into round 2 here. Got a bit of side switching here, so I'm going to make sure that I switch over to the school logos up there once we get into the match.
Now entering King's Row.
Going to go ahead and see King's Row coming out here. Go ahead and try to line these up to the best of my ability again.
Initiating match.
Give our school some time in order to go ahead and get situated here. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and answer an email. So
Ready for battle.
all right, looks like both teams are ready to go here.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Again, we are going to see the 2-shield composition coming out here from the Broncos. They've kind of switched sides here, so we're going to see the Orisa and Sigma up in the front line. And it looks like they're still going to go ahead and rock that May pick there. It worked super well last time for him, so we'll have to go ahead and see how that's going to come out. We do see a 2-shield composition coming out as well from Case, but they got the Baptiste up there as well. Going to go ahead and see them try to go ahead and put some pressure here, jump on over to the Case side of it. And that May barrier coming out, really effective, just in order to just keep them out of that choke point, let their own teams kind of cooldowns reset. Lucio just going to go ahead and try to boop him. May freezes the other May, so able to go ahead and get out of there. Jump around. It does look like Case is doing a pretty good job of pushing onto the objective here. Slowly pushing back Union Grove. Going to have to try to see. Nice Orisa pull there coming out of Union Grove. Both teams just trying to slowly push each other, look for the picks in order to give your team the advantage. So that way then you can push as a team, have that advantage, and just really jump all the way in. Go ahead and take a quick look inside here. Watch some player positioning a little bit more. You do see that in the back line, Case is gonna try to get flanked here, and we see that that perfect May barrier coming out, and it just pins 3 members of Case there, and they're able to go ahead and now get the advantage. And with Baptiste down and now another member, that gives the advantage over to Union Grove, so they can really push Case back through that chokehold and really make them start over and try to keep pushing again. So go ahead and take some first-person perspective here coming out of the May, being super effective here on her. You do see that she does have her ultimate ready to go. There's another nice barrier, and that cuts off the Case May and just leaves her out stranded by herself. And if 5 members of one team can't drop down one little May, that's, you know, that's kind of sad. But I have to say, Union Grove has been pretty impressive so far in these first couple of maps. They've really had the answer coming out here against Case. But we do see that Case is now pushing, trying to go ahead and get those double barriers down so that they can deal as much damage as possible. So Lucio and Orisa are going to go ahead and get frozen in the May ultimate. And we'll see how much of an advantage, but it looks like 2 members of Case dropped and not a single member of Union Grove fell from that ultimate. So again, now we have Union Grove on the offensive, pushing them away from that chokehold, not giving Case too much room to work with here. Those May ice walls have been super effective. So again, we're going to see both shields coming out here from Case, but they're going to have to try to get around that May wall and push together. We do see, looks like Case is trying to go ahead and get a flank coming out here. Orisa trying to push into the back line. Don't know, she does have a Junkrat there with her as well, and a Baptiste, so we're going to see some flank coming into the back line here, and it does look like Orisa and Baptiste were able to get into the back line. We'll see if they're able to go ahead and drop any more members. Looks like the Orisa for Union Grove did fall, so that gives them a little bit of an advantage. But it looks like Union Grove is doing just a perfect job pushing them back. They lost their May, so now this is Case's opportunity to really just go ahead and jump forward and get this point for themselves in order to push it. You can see it's being contested right here. Looks like Case is going to go ahead and capture objective A and start pushing towards that objective 2. So, or sorry, objective B. You know, this isn't a multi-level list outline here, but we do see now that Case is going to be able to start pushing the payload a little bit further here. That was a great job of getting around the flank there. The Orisa, the Junkrat, and the Baptiste all came around the back line and was able to get some of those critical players down for Union Grove to give them the advantage to take that choke, or to take the checkpoint. Sorry, words are hard. I imagine Union Grove is just going to try to get to a bunker down spot here, and we do see that the whole team is just around the corner here. Pretty good choke point in order to make Case push. We do hear the Junkrat ultimate coming down. It doesn't look like anybody fell from it. Oh, actually, double kill going over to Junkrat. So now that's going to be Case again with the advantage here, and they're going to keep pushing this objective. I think it's relatively easy to go ahead and get to the second objective here. What's the hardest that I've noticed is always getting it to the third one there. So we do see, I think that was a Sigma ultimate coming down there. But it does look like Union Grove has found the answer here in some of their switches, and that they are able to just go ahead and push Case back to the spawn, and they're going to have to reset here. So well played there by Union Grove, and we do see now that the Sigma has switched over to a Reinhardt, so for Case. So again, with that 2 shield, but again, this allows a little bit more of an aggressive play style coming out with the Reinhardt. Allows you to have that mobile shield to push as a unit, which I think is effective against this Orisa and Sigma comp, especially in this chokehold. But we do see coming in behind them. Here comes Baptiste. Go ahead and get pulled in here, but we do see Orisa does have her ultimate available here. Her shield's on a little bit of a cooldown. Looking, that is going to go ahead and be Case getting a 2 to, I believe it was a 3-kill advantage here. They're really just putting the pressure down here now in Union Grove. They're going to go ahead and get to that checkpoint, and now they're on the final stretch in order to secure this map. We do see Union Grove has elected to not change up their composition. It's been working for them up until this point. You see the Junkrat tire coming in, but it's not going to find. It looks like it found Lucio, but not a super impactful tire. We do see the Reaper ultimate coming down. Sigma dropping that absorb, which is just crazy how effective that can be. But we do see that Case is pushing together as a unit. They have the man advantage right now. Almost a 2-man advantage. The May ultimate coming down, freezing much of Case. And that's going to be the swing going back over to Union Grove there. That's a full team wipe for Union Grove. So right before the Case has 40 seconds left to go. I don't know if they're going to have time to really get back on the point. We see Lucio trying to amp up the team in order to get him back onto the objective there to make one final push. It's going to be tough in order to get them onto this point here in less than 30 seconds. Lucio going close down to the bottom there, able to run on those walls. We do see the Lucio coming into the back line, going over the May wall. The Reinhardt coming down, pumping him up, trying to push. Oh, what a clutch heal coming in from the top there. But again, I don't know if it's going to be enough. We got 5 seconds. The revive coming in. 0 seconds. Overtime. Oh, it's going to be very close here. Case trying to get on, trying to hold on to the point, trying to get that those last couple of meters, but I don't think they're going to do it. Union Grove is going to go ahead and hold them off. It was a great round by both teams. Just throwing haymakers back and forth. It really could have gone either way.
Initiating match.
Go ahead and flip sides here, and we'll wait to see what kind of team comp that they come up with.
Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Go ahead and jump in here as I'm responding to tons of messages on Discord.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Let's get a move on.
All right, Union Grove is now on the attack this time here. Again, still coming out with that 2-shield comp with the Sigma and the Orisa, but it looks like they switched up their DPS and both of their support. So got a Lucio and a Moira coming in here too. I really like the Moira here, and you can see that Union Grove is doing a great job of pushing here. They got a lot of heals, which is extremely helpful to make this push happen. And especially if your McCree or your Junkrat's able to get into the back line there, you're going to be able to push them off real quick, and it looks like that's exactly what is happening. That's going to be 3 members, 4 members of Case that are 5 members that are now going back to the spawn. And that's probably going to be captured here by Union Grove. So the Broncos have a quick push in order to get to pushing that payload. We see that Junkrat is running ahead here. Going to go ahead and try to go ahead and put some early pressure up here on the choke point. You see it. Some ultimates here are ready on the side of Kate, or on Union Grove here. Sigma dropping that absorption shield there. Going to go ahead and get rid of the sentry turret. This is a tough choke point in order to get through. We see the Sigma ultimate coming out, and all the members of Union Grove rightly dispersed. We do see now that Sigma is trying to get into the back line here. Waiting to go ahead and see. Have some clutch ultimates coming out. It doesn't look like Junkrat has launched his ultimate, but will it find a home? Going to try to get into the back line. Is able to go ahead and get into the back line. And there's a lot of deaths coming out on both sides here. A lot of teams going back to spawn here. But ultimately, the Broncos are able to go ahead and push this payload a little bit further. Getting a lot of good shots coming out here. A lot of critical eliminations to just push Case back to the spawn. I'm pretty impressed so far with the first showing of the Broncos in the league here. I think if they're holding their own here to Case, if they win this, I think Union Grove could be a contender for one of the top teams in Division 1. Again, we see a lot of ultimates ready to go here for Union Grove. They switched back over to the Doomfist, though, this time. That was extremely impactful for the first map. And we're going to go ahead and see if they're able to go ahead and lay that same kind of pressure. You see 4 out of 6 members of Union Grove all have their ultimates ready to go, waiting for probably one big engage together to where they can go ahead and get that team wipe. Do you see the Lucio ultimate coming out here? I'm going to go ahead and jazz up the team, start moving them. You see the Doomfist trying to come into the back here, almost ready to go with the ultimate. Doomfist able to go ahead and get the Orisa. We do see the Doomfist ultimate coming down here. Going to go ahead and have a huge impact there. Union Grove just dropping them left and right here. 2 members back into the spawn for Case. Doomfist being critical here. I'm super impressed with Union Grove's Doomfist player here, making a huge impact. Going to be able to push the objective pretty far. That's going to be another member down. Should be able to at least get, you know, anywhere from 5 to 10 meters here out of this payload push. Go ahead and now knock down the Semestra into the back line here. Going to go ahead and secure that kill as well. Doomfist blocking through those shields there. Good counter to the shield meta here with the Doomfist. And you can see they are pushing for the point. They are looking for the map W here. Will the Broncos be able to get it? They have 1 member left, and that is going to be the push. That is a good round coming out of Union Grove there. That was, once they switched to that Doomfist, that narrow corridor did not matter. We see that Sigma was able to go ahead and get the play of the game here. Nice pickup there right here, clutch at the very end. Able to go ahead and secure that victory for the Broncos on this map. That was a fantastic match. Look at that, though. Mora with 31 eliminations. May with 73% kill participation. That May pick, I think, was extremely clutch. Just the amount of times that able to go ahead and freeze a DPS member of the enemy team. It didn't set the enemy team up for success there. So we're going to go ahead and see here which side or which maps that the teams are going to go ahead and pick. It looks like Case is going to go ahead and switch a member out, which means I'm going to go ahead and grab some more water. I recommend that you do the same and maybe even grab a refreshment or two or a nice little healthy snack, you know? So see ya in a couple of seconds. So it looks like the players are ready to go here, ready to go ahead and get into the next map. Go ahead and jump back on over to see if we have any more results coming in for Overwatch. Looks like Bigfoot was able to go ahead and secure a 4-0 victory over West Salem. And other than that, all of our other matches are still either taking place. I know Waterford ran into some issues with their network. So hopefully we're able to go ahead and get that one resolved. Potentially have to reschedule a map. I know our Racine area school districts do have, they play their matches at Not Your Parents' Basement in Racine. So they actually all 5 schools are able to play at the same location, which is really cool because I mean, how often do you see 5 schools using the same location? So they've all really become one big happy family, and it's really cool to see. And you can work out a bunch of rivalries between each school and stuff like that, and it's a cool thing to see. Really like what they're doing down there in Racine. Hopefully we're able to get into, like, I know some Kenosha schools are starting to get involved. They have Gravity Gaming downtown that they could potentially use for something like that, or Tier 1 in Milwaukee is another gaming lounge. I don't know. I have not been there yet, so I'm hoping to be able to go there here soon, but pretty cool. It looks like we're going to go ahead and got our map picked here. It's going to be another escort. Figuring out which side wants to do the attack or the defend. So again, if anybody is subscribing helps what there, Alex? I mean, I did go through and I made a bunch of badges for the channel and like different colored trophies. I think I have some. I uploaded our logo for the emote as well. You know, I'm not great at this Twitch thing yet, but I'm trying to get better here. So
Traveling to Dorado. Initiating match.
I'm learning. I'm trying to make this a better thing for everybody. Yeah, the Twitch thing. I know, Alex. So it looks like we went ahead and swapped sides. So let's go ahead and make sure our logos are in the accurate spot again as well here.
Ready for battle.
Don't want to cover up too much of the important stuff there.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Union Grove again coming out with the Doomfist. Got ourselves a Hammond or a Wrecking Ball, whichever you prefer to call it, and an Orisa coming out. So Case again going with the double shield here, actually with the Diva instead here. So switching it up a little bit here. And go ahead and try to put some early pressure on them as they're coming out of the spawn. Go ahead and hop into the Lucio here in order to see what's happening on the back line. We do see Union Grove is pushing pretty hard here already. Looks like both frontline tanks here for Case are going to go ahead and have to back off just a little bit here. Hammond dropping it down there. Case doing a pretty good job of keeping them kind of secured in this choke point here, making them go back and reset. The Reinhardt and the Diva doing a pretty good job of holding them back into position. That May tower coming out again pretty good here. Able to really go ahead and again kind of hold off that choke point. You see Hammond coming into the back line. Diva's going to go ahead and try to deal with Hammond there. Drops the minefield, and it looks like that's going to go ahead and be a near team wipe here on the side of Case. So Union Grove is going to be able to go ahead and put quite a bit of pressure down here. I do like this Ashe pick. Usually pretty impactful, especially as about halfway there to telling Bob to do something. Rissa jumping in there. This is an awkward choke point here for Case to kind of be stuck in, but we do see the ultimate coming into the back line there. Able to go ahead and get one kill going on over, but the biggest thing that I did was drop a lot of Union Grove, at least a little bit low, and force them to go ahead and retreat. We do see that Diva does have her ultimate available here as well. Might be something, yep, there it goes. Going to go ahead and send it into the back line. And a fantastic Diva ult, able to go ahead and get rid of a lot of those mines. Able to get one kill, so was able to go ahead and get right back into the mech suit. But we do see this Reinhardt and Diva doing their best in order to go ahead and try to push off members of Union Grove off to the payload. Diva's starting to get a little bit low here, is starting to receive some healing there. Bob coming into the play here. Lucio ultimate coming out in order to go ahead and try to revive his team in order to allow them to go ahead and push Union Grove back up out of this choke point. All 6 members of Case are really, really close together here. And it looks like 2 of them ended up falling down here. So now they're going to go ahead and need to retreat. And that's actually going to be probably a couple more members falling for Case here as Union Grove is able to go ahead and power through that choke point. Case is on the reset here, waiting for at this next kind of choke point barrier, basically corner of the building, you know, doing a pretty good job. Do you see that the Reinhardt ultimate is available as well? May ultimate as well. I would imagine that they're going to go ahead and try to hold off for Diva in order to get her ultimate back up on line 2. Your Bob coming into play here. Go ahead and jump over to the side of Union Grove. Going to go ahead and get frozen there by the May. There, Lucio is on fire here. Going to go ahead and May freezes herself up, and it's just a matter of time before she's going to go ahead and get dropped there. 3 members of Union Grove just waiting for that that igloo to thaw, and they're able to go ahead and push now into the back end here. Union Grove is looking to go ahead and finish this map off here on this push. They got the members of Case really chunked down into the barrier there. Hammond dropping it down there, getting some good chunks down here. I imagine that we're going to go ahead and see another Orisa shield coming out here in just a second. Yep, watches out, just deflects the Diva ultimate. So that's a great job there waiting on the shield from Orisa for that Diva ult to come out. See Orisa's just dropping a lot of damage. Hammond knocking everybody up there. Union Grove down a member, almost down 2 here, depending on if Hammond is able to go ahead and get out, and he's not. He falls down there. But they're able to still push here. They got Case down, but here we see the Diva coming in, able to go ahead and drop down onto the Orisa. And that's going to be Case being able to push out. That was a good push there by Case in order to go ahead and group up and push Union Grove out of their base. Now it's going to take Union Grove a couple of seconds here in order to get the rest of the team back online so that they can try to make one final push here. See the Genji pick now coming out for Case here. Bob going in. Really probably want to wait for that Genji ultimate if there's time in order to go ahead and be most effective with that. But it looks like Union Grove has just pushed it into that next choke point here. 1 to go. Can Case hold off for 2 more minutes? Ash doing a great job putting some of that pressure down, able to go ahead and just get that real 1v1 kill down as the rest of the team members are pushing the objective. Nice combo there between the Orisa pull and the Ash shotgun, but inside the back line comes that Genji from Case. We do see that D.Va does have another ultimate, and here comes the ultimate coming down. Don't know if she's going to be able to get anything out of it. Is able to go ahead and get right back into the mech suit, though. Got the Lucio ultimate up and available online here. Going to be another member for Case dropping there. This matchup has been pretty equal. There comes the Reinhardt ultimate. Unfortunately for Case, Union Grove has the 2-person advantage as they're going to have to go ahead and reset. Ash doing some real good job at this DPS, just really pushing them back, keeping Genji off the flank to the best of their ability. Genji's going to go ahead and retreat there. Ash making sure that she shoots that dynamite every single time. Genji just in the back line there, trying to do as much as he can to disrupt the entire team there of Union Grove. If you pull the Ash onto the Genji and you're able to kind of dive away, you know, then that gives your team probably a bit more of the advantage, as that's going to be 1 DPS down. Do you see the D.Va ultimate does get the Ash there, so she's going to be able to jump right back into the mech suit there for Case. Case now with the advantage, able to go ahead and push a little bit more, try to push Union Grove back away from the payload here. This has been a great stand coming out of Case. High Noon coming down here. It's going to go ahead and now be the advantage going back over to Union Grove here. Lucio ultimate used by Case in order to heal everybody up. It cost Lucio his life. Now down the Reinhardt tank and the D.Va, so that's down 2 tanks. That's a 4v2 advantage for Union Grove. They should be able to go ahead and push the point here a little bit if they're able to get at least 1 more kill off of the objective. You can see a lot of Case members are just dashing to try to get onto it in order to hold it, so that way it doesn't move anywhere. And it looks like, I think Case has the advantage here. They have 5 members on it. They just need to try to get rid of this Hammond off of it. Unfortunately, he is a roly-poly boy and is just so elusive. They're finally able to get him and go ahead and stop the assault there by Union Grove. So good last stand there coming out of Case. We'll see if they're able to go ahead and push in order to secure this map in their favor.
Initiating match. Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds. Rally at my position.
Barrier activated. Understood.
Hello. 5, 4.
For those of you watching, is the video quality good. Oh, I like that Lego Bastion. It's my first time really streaming Overwatch, so I might have to tinker with the stream settings here, but notice that I dropped a couple frames here and there, but I like this two shield approach coming out from the Bronco, or from Case, sorry. Using the Bastion there in order to really have that DPS, and you have the mobile shield coming out from the Reinhardt. But that Doomfist pick for Union Grove could be impactful there on the back line. Nice pull there from the Orisa, pulling 5 members of Union Grove in on one. You see the Case is doing their best to push this payload into the choke point. Getting real close to capturing the first point there. Again, another very nice Orisa pull there. A lot of members low here on Union Grove, including that Orisa that it looks like the Moira ult is coming out here. Not able to go ahead and get it. Case's Orisa was a little bit too greedy there. Went beyond the barriers, and it's like Union Grove was able to just go ahead and almost team wipe them out. As we see here, that Case is going to go ahead and try to regroup here. The Hanzo up top here for Union. Case able to go ahead and drop some damage. We can see that all members of Case are really going underneath here. Really don't want to give anything up to that Hanzo. So we see both shield members coming out in front. The Orisa shield now coming down. Reinhardt going to just go ahead and keep rotating there with the Orisa, keep their shields up at full strength. They're trying to push here. The sleep coming out onto Reinhardt. Case switched over to a Baptiste. See a nice dragon coming out there. Going to go ahead and get the Baptiste as well. Going to go ahead and receive the revive there. But unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be very effective because all the members of Case are low. Both tanks going down, another support going down. Case just really needs to reset here and just be patient and work together as a team in order to get this push together. Baptiste kind of in a weird situation here. Gonna go ahead and try to break through some of this barrier. Couple members of Case going up top there, a couple more going down bot, trying to split them up. But I don't think that that's going to work very well because there are 5 members of Union Grove just sitting there waiting, and then they go ahead and drop that Sigma ultimate down, able to go ahead and just really reset Case once again and force them to go ahead and go back to their spawn. Go ahead and take a quick peek here in to see how this Sigma is doing. Looks like Union Grove has found their sweet spot here in order to make their stand. They are just holding Case back, not allowing them to push too much. They got to hold for about another 30 seconds here, and they could take the escort, the payload here away from Case. See, here comes Case. Together, united, trying to make a coordinated push together. The dragon coming out here. I think that was a clutch Baptiste ultimate there as well, but unfortunately, it's not going to be enough, and the Broncos are going to go ahead and secure that push there.
Play of the game.
Looks like Hammond gets the play of the game here, so we'll go ahead and take a look. If I could give a play of the game for one of the Hammond plays, it was later in this map when Hammond basically just 1v6 and just tried to hold on to that objective for as long as possible to try to wait for his team to respawn. I thought it was really impressive. He stayed alive a lot longer than I expected. So, and it looks like Hammond is going to go ahead and get Hammond and Reinhardt are going to go ahead and get all the updoots. While we go ahead and reset here, I'm going to take a quick step away and feed the dogs. Be right back. Looks like Case is swapping out some players here. Go ahead and jump back in, see if we got any update on any other matches. Looks like Random Lake was able to go ahead and secure a 4-0 victory over Winnebago Lutheran today. So congratulations to Random Lake on a victory today. And Bigfoot won over West Salem. I believe we covered that one. And Elkhorn gets a 4-0 victory over East Troy. So we are starting to see some of these match results coming in.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries.
Love seeing how many schools are also getting into streaming. I just noticed on Twitter that Fort Atkinson gave us a shout out against their matchup against Fox Valley Lutheran today. And I see Horlick is being hosted on the Not Your Parents' Basement stream as well as they take on Wilmont. If your school is streaming, just let me know what the address is so that way then I can go ahead and set a follow as well. So if there is if say your school is able to go ahead and stream Smash since I can't, then I can at least host your school's channel and you can use our channel basically as a free viewing area. So looks like I have to switch over the logos once again here. Both of these teams like to make me work here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A. Go on, this one.
I'm curious to see what approach schools take to this map. I know it's super common for sometimes you get that somebody to jump up into that window in order to easily get into the back line. Does look like Union Grove Going in with the Zyra and the Reinhardt combo. Personally, I really like the either Sigma Reinhardt or go back to the Sigma Orisa, or even, you know, Reinhardt Sigma on this one too, just because it's so hard to be able to push through this first choke point. If you have two massive shields, notice too that we do see some going into the back here to make sure that they aren't trying to go ahead and pull a flank around the side here. Looks like Case does have some of the high ground up here into the back line. We do see that they are able to go ahead and get into the back line, try to get onto the objective here. Trying to go ahead and get out. She is able to go ahead and teleport away. The rest of her team, though, is pushing now onto the left-hand side here, trying to get right onto that point in order to secure it. The Moira ultimate coming out just to try to, I think, just push them back a little bit more, doing some heals to allow her team to be able to push together. Reinhardt coming out here, the Baptiste ultimate coming down as well. The Zyra ultimate is ready to go, so we'll see when that's going to go ahead and get used here. I don't know if Case has it. They lost Baptiste, so they're down a member here, but they are trying to make it work. Now they're down a tank. They were pretty close to losing a couple others here, so it looks like Union Grove is able to go ahead and push off the push there. We do see that a member of Case is waiting here on the back line, waiting for the Q in order to go ahead and push forward. Go ahead and try to jump around here.
Been here all along. Taking the objective. Little help would be appreciated.
And she's going to be snuck out there. She's going to go ahead and teleport away, but with that play, she's able to go ahead and pull 2 to 3 members off of that
You should be a
off of that choke point here. But it looks like a couple members of Case did fall on that last push, so trying to just hold off into the back line here. Baptiste is going to go ahead and meet Junkrat up there on the high ground. Do you see sneaking into the back line here? Going to go ahead and get caught out, get detected. Waiting to make a move here. Able to go ahead and get detected. The Reinhardt going to go ahead and smash the other Reinhardt, and Reinhardt's like, yeah, I can do that too, and dives right in order to push him back. Is going to go ahead and cost him his life, but Case trying to make this push happen. See the Moira dropping, dealing some heals. They are able to now go ahead and get down into the back left here. Be curious to see we saw the Junkrat ultimate coming out, and that's going to go ahead and drop a couple members of Case. But the Moira ultimate coming out here, trying to deal as much damage and heal at the same time as possible. But I don't think she's going to be able to help too much, and that's going to go ahead and be Case. Going back to the spawn there, I think that was a real good attempt here, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. So. Again, shout out to our players in the match here, showing good sportsmanship in chat. We appreciate that. All right, as both teams go ahead and reset here, we'll wait to see what kind of compositions that they're going to come out with. We're about to jump back in here. We'll go ahead and take the perspective of the Broncos here to see if they can make this push theirs. See the Orisa Sigma coming out here with a Bastion too. Try to go ahead and just bunker down in that front choke point.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Statistically speaking, I usually get most of my team back alive, but who's counting?
Case playing a little bit further back here. Go ahead and see. Going to go ahead and try this TP move around the backside here. Looks like all of them are coming around to the left-hand side. Here comes the Bastion. The Sigma's here as well. They're going to try to pull this flank maneuver around the back. Bastion's going to go ahead and get set up. He's going to go ahead and see the Sigma shield coming out. They're going to go ahead and try to push them back. All the members of Case are there in the back line, though, just waiting. Bastion healing himself up here, waiting to go ahead and try to drop some more damage here. Oh, and he meets another Bastion. It's going to be the battle of the Bastions here. Watch out, Game of Thrones Season 8. See Case trying to hold off. This teleport play is pretty impressive there. Able to go ahead and just drop the Bastion right onto the checkpoint, and it's going to go ahead and secure a couple of kills. And then the revive coming out here as well. So that means Bastion's going to get right back up and is going to just be able to go ahead and shred through. Case down 3 players. There comes the ultimate there, and that's going to go ahead and be the point. And nice map. That was a fantastic teleport play into the back line there. And then with the revive coming out, oh, that was a nice sneaky play there coming from the Broncos. See the play of the game, the Junkrat tire coming out, getting 4 members of the other team. Oh, Junkrat. Another extremely well played game here. Appreciate everybody tuning in today for today's match. Check out too, it looks like some members from Horlick have been posting their plays of the games as well inside the show us your highlights here. And if I'm not mistaken, that's going to go ahead and be the victory going over to Union Grove today. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was a 3v2. I lost count on maps. So again, for those of you that are new to this, make sure that after your match has been completed, it was a 4-0, my bad. After your match has been completed, only the winning team needs to report your matches. And you can do so on our website, or there is a form that is available in the official match reporting channel on the Discord channel. So thanks for showing up. Again, if you would like to be have your JV match streamed tomorrow, please just go ahead and reach out to me. I would love to stream another game. So hopefully I cannot be terrible at shoutcasting Overwatch by the end of the year. So go ahead, just reach out to me on Discord or shoot me an email if you want to be the featured match of the week. If you want to be the featured varsity match of the week, same thing. Just go ahead and shoot me an email or send me a message on Discord, and we will figure out what week that you want to be featured on stream. Otherwise, that's going to be me. That's going to be it for me tonight, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow when we figure out what JV match that we're going to go ahead and stream. So have a good night. See you tomorrow. Bye.